What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the best starter build in Dune Awakening. So in this guide I will give you a quick overview of the setup, then I will explain what skill trees and upgrades should you focus on. Then as well we'll see what is the best gear and how to get it for both leveling and the endgame. And then finally we will go over the different tools, classes, your skill rotations, and even what weapon should you use, so we would be able to get the highest damage possible and much more. And before we continue, thanks to the U4GM, their pro website that provides Dune Awakening Solari and items on all servers, with cheap price and fast delivery. They have over 11,000 positive comments, and this website is really worth a try. So make sure to use my discount code KAID for extra 5% off. This build focuses on speed, adaptability, and close range damage. It's perfect for players who want to move fast, hit hard, and stay aggressive. The core idea is to use weapons like the shotguns, which have been enhanced by specific perks and skills that boost your ability to close gaps and eliminate enemies super quickly. This makes the build highly effective and ideal for early game progression. What's great about the setup is its flexibility. It allows you to seamlessly transition from solo exploration to the group combat, adapting to whatever situation the harsh desert throws your way. The fast movement enables quick farming, fast looting, and efficient clearing of the enemies, which accelerates your leveling and getting gear. For your starting class, I recommend picking the Bene Gesserit. It offers a very strong early game passives and great mobility, which are both essential before you get access to vehicles. Don't worry too much about limiting your options, because every class becomes available eventually, and you will be able to respec if needed. The only class I suggest avoiding at the start is the Trooper, simply because it's very easy to unlock early in the game anyway. Early progression should be focused on mobility and utility. As soon as possible, unlock both the Trooper and the Planetologist. They are found in the first zone and provide mobility options that are key to this build. If you choose Bene Gesserit, then you'll also unlock the Bindu Sprint early on, which gives you a major speed boost. This is especially important early since you won't have access to vehicles yet. This means that you will rely heavily on your own movement to survive, escape, or chase down enemies. You'll want to prioritize unlocking skills like the Bindu Sprint for mobility and Compel, which forces enemies to move towards you and expose them by pulling them out of cover. To make Compel more effective, pick up the Voice Chaining passive to reduce its cooldown. You should also invest into techniques like the Trauma Recovery for healing, Brand the Bindu Stability for stagger resistance and damage reduction, and Metabolize Poison to become immune to poison effects as long as your stamina holds up. These three techniques not only increase your survivability, but also reduce downtime between the engagements, allowing you to push forwards relentlessly. Between levels 20 and 30, you want to focus on unlocking these skills across the Swordmaster, Planetologist, and the Trooper skill trees to round out your early to mid-game setup. This diverse skill spread ensures not only you're fast and deadly, but also resilient, capable of destroying any type of enemy in the game. Then once you hit mid-game, your goal should shift towards building out your passives. Instead of maxing out a single passive early, it's more effective to unlock multiple first level passives across the different classes. This will give you a broader range of benefits without locking yourself into a narrow path. Combat-wise, consider adding the Trooper's Explosive Grenade or the Assault Seeker, especially if you're fighting in tight spaces like the testing stations. Anti-gravity grenades can also help, especially for freezing enemies who get too close to you. These options will complement your high damage and close range playstyle. Grenades not only add burst damage but also crowd control, which is very powerful during intense fights when you're overwhelmed by groups of enemies. During the mid-game, your shotgun will really start to shine, especially when supported by the passives like the Maintenance Headshot bonus. This will help you to take down enemies faster and more effectively. You should also continue building out survival passives like the max health, stamina, energy, and the healing boosts. You can look for those across the Swordmaster, Trooper, and the Bene Gesserit trees to stay durable in the tougher fights. In addition to the combat perks, consider investing into the passives that improve stamina regeneration and the energy efficiency, as these will allow you to use your mobility skills more frequently without running out. And then at the endgame, your focus should be on maxing out every relevant combat and survival passive you acquired so far. At this point, your build should be firing on all cylinders. Now it's about refining it with gap closers and the damage boosters. I recommend to add gap closers like the Verding Step, which teleports you behind the enemy and stuns them, which is a perfect setup for the one-shot shotgun headshot. The Knee Charge is another great skill that both stuns and deal damage by pushing you right into the close range. These skills along the Shigver Claw let you rotate through the powerful, low cooldown abilities, so you can stay consistently mobile and deliver consistent burst damage. The synergy between the gap closers allow you to chain together a flow of crowd control and and the damage, which gives you a huge advantage in both PvP and PvE. With your active skills and techniques solidified, spend the rest of your progress by filling out passive trees, particularly that boost survivability and damage output. At this point, your build should be ready for any high endgame challenge in the game. Just don't forget to keep upgrading your weapon perks and armor enhancements, as maxing out your gear will complement your skills perfectly. Next up, let's take a look at the armor, which in Dune is more than just protection. It's your lifeline, especially when playing solo. Each piece needs to help you to survive the environment, stay agile in combat, and endure long enough to finish fights on your terms. For starting armor, the Kira Gab Scout set is one of the best choices. It offers a good balance of mobility, durability, and environmental resistance. You also need a suspensor belt to fully activate this build's movement potential. A great early option is the Emperor's Wing MK1, which you can get by obtaining the blueprint from the Imperial Testing Station 2. As you progress, you want to look for armor pieces that improve stamina regeneration and increase your resistance to harsh environmental effects, like the sandstorms and the toxins. Then, as far as best weapons go, this build will work with shotguns and other short-range high-damage weapons. Your first shotgun should be the GRDA-44, which is available through the Iron technology. Early on, the Distributor is another solid weapon, as it is great for breaking enemy shields and is also found in the Iron Tech tier. Later on, you want to upgrade it to the Drillshot FK7, which is a shotgun built for mid-range engagements and excels at tearing through the shields, which makes it a great follow-up to the Distributor. Together, these two weapons will form a deadly 1-2 combos that cover most close and mid-range situations. However, if you prefer range combat, then you can also swap to something like the Karpov 38. It offers a solid range, a high fire rate and a large magazine, which is perfect for clearing groups of enemies. And if melee is more your style, then the Caliph's Jinker is a strong option, thanks to its fast attack speed and solid damage, which gives you a good chance in close quarter duels. Having this flexibility means that you can tailor your weapon choices based on your preferred combat style, or the demands of the specific enemy, which makes this build super versatile. Next up we have our main tools. Your suspensor belt and the power pack are essential for the movement and utility that this build relies on. Early on, you want to focus on acquiring the Emperor's Wing MK1 suspensor belt. It's a passive belt that significantly boosts your damage capabilities, and it fits perfectly into your fast-paced playstyle. As your tech tree expands, you will want to unlock additional suspensor belts that allow for longer travel distances, although they will cost more energy. So try to find unique blueprints that reduce energy drain or improve travel efficiency. On the power side, upgrading the power pack is just as important. You will need more max power and a faster regeneration as your skill use ramps up. One of the better early options is the old Sparky MK1, which improves power regeneration and helps you keep your mobility active for longer engagements. Just keep in mind that managing your power resources wisely during combat is crucial for maintaining your edge. Efficient use of your tools will often mean the difference between life and death in tough fights. So, utilize all of these things to create the ultimate S-tier build. And now, last but not least, let's take a look at the gameplay. Having this build is one thing, but using it well is what makes the difference. This setup is built around unpredictability, mobility, and aggressive play. To master it, you need to consistently outmaneuver your enemies. The Shigbear Club will work like a grappling hook. You can use it to stagger enemies or quickly reposition yourself into combat. The Suspensor Dash will let you move mid-air, giving you even more vertical mobility. Then the Anti-Gravity Field and Suspensor Belt allow you and your enemies to float, which adds another layer of movement and control in the combat, especially when crossing through the rough terrain. So use your aerial advantage to take shots while floating and combine it with your Suspensor Belt to glide to large distances and stay hard to hit. The more mobile you are, the harder you'll be able to deal with, and this build is all about staying one step ahead. Remember, your goal is to control the flow of the battle by consistently repositioning and picking your shots carefully. Patience and timing with your skills can turn seemingly impossible fights in your favor, and that's about it. So, let me know what you think about this build in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous videos, where I showed you the best class tier lists, more builds, solo player guides, and much more. So click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.